Is Sunzen Biotech Berhad a successful transformation story or pure fallacy? Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I will be sharing with everyone a stock trading on Bursa Malaysia Ace Market bearing stock ticker Sunzen 0148. Why this stock, if you may ask? Because I have just met up with both Sunzen Group top management, that is Mr. Teo Yan Ming, its Group MD, and Mr. Chin Chi Pang, the Executive Chairman, recently on the 20th September Friday in an investor briefing event which was held at the Vertical Business Suite under Sunzen subsidiary FinSource Credit Office. During the event, I have learned a lot more about Sunzen Group core businesses and its future strategic plan, which its current Group MD, Mr. Teo Yan Ming, a young, vibrant, forward-looking yet unassuming entrepreneur, has in mind for Sunzen Group, which I think it may be of interest to any potential investor, and more so if you are already invested into Sunzen stock. Please be gently reminded that this is not a call to buy or sell Sunzen stock. It's purely for sharing the information I have gathered and my personal view on Sunzen Biotech Berhad. First, allow me to share some brief history on the background of Sunzen Biotech Berhad. Prior to the mid of 2020, Sunzen Biotech Berhad used to engage in the core business of animal health and trading of CPO futures. It was a loss-making company way back in year 2018 till 2020. In mid-2020, Mr. Teo Yan Ming emerged as a new substantial holder, holding a stake of around 13.15%. Mr. Teo was then also appointed to the board as the MD cum Chief Executive Officer of the group on the 16th June 2020. And that was also when Sunzen Group began its transformative journey. As we could see from its financial graph over here, Sunzen Group began to turn around from loss-making into money-making company as soon as the following year, which was financial year 2021. From incurring a loss of RM 12.911 million in financial year 2020 to recording a profit after tax of RM 1.938 million in financial year 2021. From then on, under the stellar leadership of Mr. Teo and his management team, Sunzen Group continues to grow its profit after tax year after year for the next 2 to 3 years till present. Such an incredible feat surely piqued my interest to want to know more about who is this Mr. Teo Yan Ming really is. What kind of background does he hail from? Upon digging, I got to know that Mr. Teo is known as a savvy investor who has more than 10 years of combined experience in managing businesses of various industries including aquaculture, information technology, furniture, cosmetic, and property development. In year 2015, he founded FinSource Solution Berhad, which he subsequently sold it to Sunzen Group in year 2021. In year 2017, he also became one of the major shareholders of Goodnight Sdn Berhad, which is the leading bedding manufacturer in Malaysia. He is currently the MD of Goodnight, overseeing the overall operations of the Goodnight Group's businesses, and of course, from June 2020, he also emerged as substantial shareholder of Sunzen Biotech Berhad, and he is now the Group MD for Sunzen Group. So how does this young man manage his time really? He seems to be wearing so many hats at the same time. I can only say that this Mr. Teo is definitely an entrepreneur who knows how to balance and prioritize his various responsibilities, and definitely backed with a team of great players. In fact, Mr. Chin Chi Pang, who is the current executive chairman, joined Sunzen Group on 1st of August 2020. And during the investor event, I could see the synergy created between Mr. Teo and Mr. Chin as they handled the press and the Q&A session from fellow investors. As the saying goes, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much more. So, what are the changes ever since Mr. Teo Yan Ming embarked onto the ship of Sunzen Biotech Berhad? We could see that post-June 2020, under the stellar leadership of Mr. Teo Yan Ming, Sunzen Group core businesses has changed. First, Sunzen Group has fully divested of its loss-making animal health divisions and it has ceased operation fully with effect from June this year. Second, strategic acquisition. On the 1st of June 2021, Sunzen paid RM 6.8 million to acquire FinSource Credit, formerly known as FinSource Solution, which is a licensed money lender under the Money Lender Act of 1951. FinSource Credit offers financial products specializing in business loans, providing up to RM 10 million secured loan amount and up to 7 years financing period with an annual interest rate of 12%. This acquisition has proven to be a strategic one as it has since helped the Sunzen Group to boost its profitability steadily year after year. As of financial quarter ended 30th June 2024, FinSource has lent out a total secured loan of up to RM 63.199 billion. And this secured loan has helped to rake in total future interest income of up to RM 35.845 million for Sunzen Group over 7 years period. And out of curiosity, I did ask Mr. Chairman as to why these SME customers would want to take up loan with FinSource Credit and willingly pay a 12% annual interest rate, which is above the market average secured loan interest rate of about 5 to 6% per annum. To which the Mr. Chairman replied that this group of consumers belongs to those unbankable, which means even though they do have clean collateral to pledge, but they have failed the bank's stringent lending rules. To these unbankable niche customers, FinSource Credit is like the white knight, offering them loan at a time when they needed it most to tide over their business cash flow issue. And according to its chairman, Mr. Ching, he foresees the demand for the loan financing business from this niche group to continue to grow steadily with improvement in the economic environment post-COVID. And if you are like me, are also concerned about the creditworthiness and default rates of these unbankable SME clients, we may take comfort in that thus far the ratio of default to net loan as of 30th June 2024 only stand at a low of 0.23% or RM 146,000, which is way lower than the average bank secured loan default rate of about 3 to 4%. Although the current low loan default rate does not guarantee future success, at least we could say that FinSource Credit may have a robust risk management system in place to assess and mitigate its credit risk. And under the new management, it seems that they have also gradually tapered off the trading of CPO futures, which explain for the decline in Sunzen Group annual revenue recorded since financial year 2020 till now. And from fiscal year 2022 onwards, Sunzen Group totally stopped the trading of CPO futures as well. Second, revenue and profit growth. Under the current management, Sunzen has successfully turned around from continuous years of loss-making prior till year 2020 into continuous profit growth year after year with effect from financial year 2021 till present. Recently, the management has also changed its financial year from 31st December to 30th June as part of its continuous cost-cutting measure. Third, latest strategic acquisition. As of 20th September this year, the board has just approved the proposal to acquire the remaining 30% stake in Ecolite Yan Ming via issuance of up to 66.1 million of new shares fixed at 29.5 cents per share, which is further subject to the terms of the profit guarantees. In this video, I will not elaborate on the final details of the profit guarantee scheme mechanism to avoid this video getting too lengthy. But if you are keen to find out, I will put the link below this video and you may click on it later to find out more for yourself. Currently, Ecolite is a 70% owned subsidiary of Sunzen, while Yan Ming is a 70% owned subsidiary of Ecolite. Upon completion of the proposed acquisition, Ecolite and Yan Ming will be wholly owned subsidiaries of Sunzen. Ecolite brand is one of Malaysia's largest manufacturers of Chinese medicinal health and fitness products. I recall seeing many Chinese New Year hampers consisting of Ecolite brand's product. Ecolite produces and sells a variety of health and wellness products by combining traditional remedies with modern science. They offer a wide range of products including fitness, tonic essence, formulated herbs, and single herbs. Ecolite products are sold in Malaysia and exported to Singapore and China. Now you can even shop for Ecolite product easily via online at home. And as I was making this video, I just realized that my hubby has been taking Ecolite Waist Tonic, and he swear by it. He said after taking Ecolite Waist Tonic, it has helped him to sleep better and also reduces his night pee. And I also recall that the group MD, Mr. Teo, saying that Ecolite Waist Tonic is one of the best-seller products. Yan Ming Resources, a subsidiary of Ecolite, supply raw material of bird nest products and is responsible for the processing and export of raw clean bird nests. Yan Ming process and produce more than 400 kg of net bird nests every month, leading to the bird nest export of 7 tons annually. In year 2020, it has successfully exceeded the export volume of 4.5 tons, setting an annual sales of 30 billion. Since then, export has grown rapidly. In addition, China's import of Yan Ming product has also reached more than 300 tons, surpassing over 30 billion in market size and still increasing exponentially on a yearly basis. The sales channel of Yan Ming in China market is a brand known Yu Kang Yan for wholesale distributor and OEM customers. They are the main supplier for various provinces across China. On top of that, Yan Ming also distributes its sales under various other channels, which include e-commerce, pharmaceutical chains, live broadcasts, and also brokerage. Furthermore, to improve the scale and processing of their raw materials, Yan Ming Resources has invested in high-end bird nest extraction technology in year 2021. With all this concerted effort, it shall help to elevate Yan Ming business in the bird nest industry to a whole new level. So what's the rationale and benefit for the proposed acquisition? For the past 3 audited financial years, the Ecolite Group has contributed to Sunzen Group's total revenue and profit before tax. The General Administration of Customs China has also on the 6th of October 2023 granted a 5-year approval to Ecolite for the export of bottled bird nests to China until 6th October 2028, which is expected to boost the revenue of Sunzen's TCM segment moving forward. Naturally, it only makes economic sense for the management to propose to acquire the remaining 30% stake in Ecolite and Yan Ming, which is viewed to be able to contribute positively to the Sunzen Group's earnings. The proposed acquisition will allow Sunzen to fully consolidate the financial result of the Ecolite Group. Further, the issuance of the consideration shares to satisfy the purchase consideration instead of a cash buy will enable the Sunzen Group to conserve cash for its day-to-day operation and or to pursue other business opportunities. What are the management future strategy to grow Sunzen Group revenue and earnings? Under its human health core business segment, moving forward, the current management expect that Sunzen Group should be able to grow its total revenue and earnings by leveraging on its bird nest export to China, which is in line with the group obtaining the 5-year approval from the General Administration of Customs China on the 6th of October 2023 for Ecolite to export bottled bird nest strings to China. According to a market research done by Info Business Research and Consulting Sindram Berhad, the market for edible bird nests in China amounted to about RM 33.42 billion in year 2023, an increase of 18.8% over RM 28.12 billion in year 2022. And it is expected to increase to RM 39.53 billion and RM 45.78 billion in year 2024 and 2025, yielding increases of about 18.3% and 15.8% respectively. I am totally not surprised at all with this number. In fact, the traditional consumption of edible bird nests has also evolved from females to males of various ages. The product varieties of edible bird nests has also been enhanced in the market of late. The introduction of ready-to-serve edible bird nest product has offered consumers like you and me with a more convenient way to consume the products. We could see that in the past most recent 4 quarters, its human health business segment recorded a total revenue of about RM 80 million. So even if assuming Sunzen Group is only able to capture 1% of China's bird nest total market of RM 39.53 billion in year 2024, this would translate to RM 0.39 billion or RM 390 million revenue, which would represent a potential upside revenue growth of 4.8 times of its human health bird nest core business segment. Wow! Mr. Teo, who is the group MD, also mentioned that they are currently in talk with their China counterpart to collaborate in producing new product lines using TCM recipes to counter the three highs currently faced by the general global population, including Malaysia, which is high blood pressure, high sugar intake, and high cholesterol. And in order to grow its target market organically, the management also planned to incorporate modern packaging elements into these new product lines and also on existing one as a way to appeal to the younger consumers ranges from those born in the 80s and 90s. On top of that, post-COVID, people in general are increasingly more health conscious and are proactively seeking out alternative wellness products and supplements, especially TCM products, including me and my family too. Hence, personally, I am of the opinion that TCM supplements do have a growing bright prospect, especially among the Asian market, and it seems that Sunzen Group is on the right track to benefit from it under its human health division. Under its loan financial services core business, the management is currently actively seeking to dispose of its existing land and factory in Kota Kemuning, Shah Alam, Selangor due to the discontinuation of its animal healthcare business, which has a market value estimated between RM 16 to 18 billion. And upon successful disposal of this property, the proceeds of the sale will be reinvested into its money lending business, which will stand to yield 12% per annum returns with clean collateral pledged to the company. And with the company's current robust risk management system in place, thus far it only recorded a loan default rate of 0.23 as of end of June 2024. Expansion into new segments. The company also has planned to diversify into new segments such as healthcare and B2C, that is business to consumer bracket. At the end of 2022, Sunzen acquired a stake in X Bigami, providing OEM services for the latter's product and thus entering into B2C ecosystem. The rationale behind the management strategic plan to evolve from pure B2B to include B2C is to tap into way bigger consumer market and also to have better profit margin. And on the 6th of May 2024, Sunzen Group proposed to acquire a 70% stake in an eye medical facility for approximately RM 6.37 million, and this will be done by acquiring 70,000 ordinary shares from two individuals. The company is currently in the process of negotiation and will be taking up the equity interest of iNation Medical Sdn Bhd for the proposed purchase price. Upon completion of the due diligence, Sunzen will move into a share sales agreement, and this acquisition is expected to be completed by Q3 2024 with related contribution reflected in Q4 2024 result. It seems that so far, under the great leadership of Mr. Teo and his management team, Mr. Ching and others, Sunzen Group has indeed managed to turn around and even recorded good growth and profit in recent years. In the past, Sunzen Group overall net profit has been dragged down by the loss incurred by its animal health business segment. Moving forward with the cessation of its animal health business segment with effect from June this year, this will no longer be the case, and we could reasonably expect Sunzen Group to be able to churn out a better report card by leveraging on its current two profitable core businesses segment, which are its human health segment and loan financing services segment. And if the current management is able to play its cards well, the growth prospect for Sunzen Group looks promising indeed. So, is now the right time to buy into Sunzen Biotech stock? It depends. As I have shared in my previous video, many a times the fundamentals and earnings of a company may not be as important as the price actions of the underlying stock. If the fundamental and story of a company is not confirmed or backed by its stock price action, it is still best to stay away at least for the time being, especially so if you are a swing trader like myself. Unless if you are a value long-term investor, then you may buy into a stock as long as its perceived intrinsic value is higher than what the stock is currently trading. So now let me share with you what I saw in Sunzen Biotech's Berhad latest stock price action. At a glance, looking at Sunzen's monthly timeframe chart, we could see that Sunzen's stock price has started by its uptrend way back in April 2020 from a low of 0.04 cent a share all the way up to make a higher low at 19 cents per share on around September 2023. This represents a jump of about 4.75 times, and in other words, if way back in April 2020, if you have invested RM10,000 into Sunzen stock at around 0.04 cent per share, come September 2023, that is about 3 years later, your RM10,000 should have grown to RM47,500. And if you didn't sell the stock and held it till now, as of last Friday close at 32.5 cents per share, your RM10K investment should have grown into RM81,250 ringgit, which is 8 times of your initial investment. Of course, all these analyses are on hindsight basis. If only we could get to forecast the future to such an accuracy, it would have been great, right? So going forward, it's now a good time to buy into Sunzen stock. Will I buy into it now? In order to answer this, I need to take a look at its latest daily time frame chart. As we could see from this chart, Sunzen stock made an all-time high on the 24th of May this year, hitting a high of 40 cents with huge volume of 10.38 million versus its average daily volume of 910,000. Thereafter, instead of holding on to the gain, we could see how the next trading day, the stock gave up part of its gain and closed down at 38.5 cents before continuing to trade lower. When the stock hit an all-time high and started to trade back down under its 20 days moving average, which is represented by the light blue line, is the first sign of weakness ahead. And then we could see upon breaking its 20 days moving average support, Sunzen stock continued to trade downward below its 50 days moving average too, which is represented by the red dotted line, and see how the stock has been trading sideways at around 34.5 cents. Technical Analysis 101, when the stock traded down on higher volume versus when it traded up, this is usually a sign of distribution ongoing, meaning the big guys are offloading their stocks to the retailer. Look at how during its up day, the volume is lower, and during its down day, represented by the red candle bar, the volume is way higher. Sunzen stock traded sideways at about 34.5 cents level for 5 weeks before it finally broke down to trade lower. As of now, we could see Sunzen stock has since held its support at its 200 days moving average level for continuous 6 weeks. So from here, will the Sunzen stock traded back up or go down lower? Frankly, I do not have answer for this. Instead of trying to predict, why not let the chart tells us? Now when I am looking at Sunzen stock chart, it is currently trading at a downtrend. This means currently the big fund has not come into Sunzen stock yet. Hence, I won't be buying into it as of now too. What I want to see from here is for the stock price to be able to make a higher low and trade back above its previous strong resistance at 34.5 cents with good volume. When such price action occurs, it may highly likely indicate to me that the big money has come into this stock. They are accumulating it, and that will also be the time I will buy into Sunzen stock and ride with the big guys. Definitely not now. I've now come to the end of my sharing for today. If you have found value in this video, do let me know by smashing onto the like button below. Do you believe Sunzen is a successful transformation story or just pure fallacy? Is the spectacular transformation of Sunzen Biotech thus far a prelude to a higher stock price to follow? Feel free to share your valuable views on Sunzen Biotech stock with us here. So long, and I shall see you again in my next video. Bye!